Now we move on. A battle to save a local allotment in Isleworth is being redeveloped with 80 homes. The 12th Duke of Northumberland, Ralph Percy, who owns the land as part of the Syon Park estate. Now, a petition to save the allotments has received over 1,000 objections to the plans. One of those objectors is the councillor for Isleworth, Salman Shaheen, who we have now to discuss the issue.
The plan to convert allotments has received over 1,000 objections to the plans. One of those objectors is the councillor for Isleworth, Salman Shaheen, who we have now to discuss the issue. As you have just said, welcome. Doubly introduced because it's an important topic, of course. So these allotments are very clearly important to your community. Why have so many people objected?
Well, thank you very much for that double introduction. The allotments are a vital lifeline to the community. They always have been. They've been there for 100 years, ever since the Duke's ancestor leased them out to the council to feed wounded soldiers coming back from the First World War. Now, during COVID, they provide a vital lifeline to the community in terms of their physical and mental health. You know, we've got lots of people in the area who are in tower blocks, who don't have gardens, who need that space to recuperate. I know someone who's recovered from COVID and absolutely needed that green space around them, that working the land around them to be able to recover from COVID. And it's very important for people's mental health as well, especially in the periods of lockdown we've been through. It's very important to have that space around you. And the whole community, as a result of this, has rallied around it, especially because it's a haven for wildlife. It's a green treasure at the heart of Isleworth. So we've had 1,000 objections. It's not 1,000 petitioners. It's not 1,000 people signing a petition. It's 1,000 people writing a letter and sending it to Hounslow Council's planning committee and saying, we don't want this for these legal planning reasons. And I've never seen that before in all my time as a councillor.
Well, listen, so what do you think your chances are? If you were to say a percentage of it not happening, what do you think?
I'm fairly confident. I don't want to I don't want to be overconfident, but I'd say we've got a 75% chance of overturning this. The law, I think, is on our side. There are various legal reasons as to why I don't think the Duke of Northumberland should have his way. One of which, and the most important of which, I think, is the loss of local open space. We're talking about greenbelt land here. We're talking about 3 acres of green land, which is a haven to wildlife, which contains many mature trees. All of which, all of that land would be concreted over if the Duke had his way.
Thank you so much for joining us. Coming up, Patrick Christie and Naya Falaram Iman will be here on To The Point. I love that.
Yeah, good title, good title. But before we get to them, let's have a little look at the weather.